Hey, so that's a great intro, Edith. Thank you. If I can pass you my medical records, and if you can share them with everyone too. That's wonderful. That's great. It's great to be here. Anytime that I hear there's a big pile of meetup organizers that are organized to be somewhere, I gotta show up. And so I know that we invited a bunch more. I'm just curious how many meetup organizers are here. Oh, awesome! Great. So I'm gonna stick around. I wanna meet every one of you and just hear what you're doing. So, but the theme that I want to focus on here is something that got thrown in my face recently when a good buddy of mine, who when we started Meetup, we didn't know what people were going to use it for. What we thought people were going to use it for, they didn't. What they did end up using it for were things that we really didn't even imagine when we were building it, which is an important lesson for anything you might be doing. But anyway, what landed on our lap was how Meetup became really big in the 2004 election, and a guy landed on our doorstep who could help us out with that, and his name is Don Means. Now, Don he lives in Sausalito. Great guy, but he got struck with a tough cancer last year, and he's okay now, but it wasn't looking good. And I was talking to him on the phone at the beginning of this year, and he said something to me. He said, as he saw that he was going to pull through, as he saw that he was going to make it, and but he was in a lot of pain, and he's just in bed. He said these words. He said, I'm thinking of things that need doing. Now this is very much Don, and I quote him here because I think that is the ultimate thing that an entrepreneur should be thinking about. That it's not about I'm looking for things that just I'm looking for things that I can make a lot of money from, and this is not going to be a speech about how you should, not focus on money or anything like that. It's a question of like what needs doing. What do people really need? And as anyone who's got their eyes open, all of us here, that there's a lot to do in the world, a lot that needs doing, and so. How I came to realize that was I was an ad man. 15 years ago I graduated from the University of Iowa. I landed on I went to New York. I got a job out of school. Went from Iowa to New York. Worked at Sony, and thought that the big company wasn't for me. And this is 1994, and the internet. This is when. AOL was CompuServe and Prodigy were bigger than AOL, so this is ancient history for some of you. But basically, so I quit the job at Sony and started something called iTraffic, which was the first online ad agency. But being in the ad business for 5 years there, I realized that there was something wrong. There was something not there. Something was amiss, which is that I couldn't figure out how what I was doing was helping anyone, and I remember seeing this quote by Martin Luther King, saying that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Now, again, this is not some sort of God forbid socialist presentation. I'm not trying to redistribute the wealth here, but the fact of the matter is that most businesses, most successful businesses, are doing something for others. The company that carries that gets the trash out of this Hilton hotel is doing something that needs doing, is doing something for others. We need the trash taken out. The people who make the chairs you're sitting on, they're doing something that needs doing. We need to sit on something. The company that makes this microphone here, they're doing something that needs doing. It's helping others because I'm using it, and it's helping me, and it's good, right? Now, this might be just a big duh, but the reality is that there's a lot of human effort, a lot of stuff, we're living in a time right now when we've realized that a lot of people, even the best and the brightest, are spending time doing things that don't really need doing. Did we really need mortgage CDOs, and do we really need these hedge funds? Are they really helping anyone? Do they need doing? Not really, but there was an opportunity there. There's a lot of money to be made there, and look what happened. In the end, the sustainable thing is to do something that needs doing, something that answers Martin Luther King's point here, which is, what are you doing for others? If you're doing something for others, in the case, then they're probably it's worth something. It's worth paying for, and you probably got a business. If you have a hard time answering that question, like my old ad agency, well, the ad business in parts of it can just kind of go up and down. It doesn't really matter. It's not, and it's not really helping others. So, big theme here is there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do that can help people. There's an enormous opportunity to be entrepreneurial and to whether it's for profit, not just for profit, nonprofit, whatever. There's a lot to do that can help people. There's a lot to do to keep things from falling apart. I don't mean to be, some sort of, Chicken Little here, but there's a lot of screwed up things in the world. There's a lot to do to turn things around. There's a lot to do that can make the world a better place. There's a lot to do that can make a neighborhood a better place. You don't have to change the world. You can do something small, but does it need doing? There's a lot to do that can put a smile on a few faces. You don't have to cure. You don't have to find some great cure. You don't have to solve the hunger problem. I was at the airport today, and you still see the people sitting at the booths hawking a T-shirt to get you to take a credit card. And I'm thinking, it's a true statistic. The country is 400,000. I'm sorry. They say in 2012 we're going to be 400,000 fewer nurses than we need. So we need 400,000 more nurses. So there's a lot to do. So why is this person having this meaningless job of hawking T-shirts on behalf of whatever mileage credit card company that, people know how to get a credit card. That doesn't really need doing. And it's not really putting a smile on anyone's face, or it's not helping. So, I don't mean to insult that person at the airport or anyone, but there's just so much to do. There's a lot to do that can make people happy. There's a lot to do. We have to reinvent energy. We have to make good food. We have to help sick people. We have to keep people healthy. We have to sell a product or service. We have to sell a product or service that people need. Anything that helps. There's a lot to do. Anything that people will thank you for, and it can be and that can be profitable. We have to make things work. We have to keep people from falling apart, and that there's a lot to do that only that needs doing.